Hello, Vicksburg. Today I'll be interviewing Coach Cash, a former teacher here at Vicksburg. Coach Cash, I want to ask you first, how long did you originally teach at Vicksburg schools?
I taught English for 36 years, and I had my calculator out the other day, and it turns out this season was my 49th year of coaching track at Vicksburg High School.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Oh, yeah. So I also have to ask, what do you miss most about teaching overall?
Well, obviously the kids, working with the kids, watching kids grow, watching them learn, watching them get better. It's the same with coaching. To watch a kid do something they never thought they could do is priceless. It's a paycheck every time it happens. And the same way in the classroom, when kids make progress and they're willing to work, but have fun at the same time, it's the greatest feeling for a teacher and a coach that you could ever ask for.
That's perfect, thank you. And how would you say overall that you connect your teaching experience to your coaching?
Well, to me they're the same, because you are coaching in the classroom, you're encouraging, you're challenging, and the same thing happens when you're coaching. You have to challenge athletes to better themselves. Anyone wants to go out and just go through the motions, either in the classroom or on the athletic field. But when someone there is encouraging you to do better or drawing it out of you, whether it's a writing assignment or it's a workout, it doesn't matter. To me, they're the same, and they're valuable in that, because it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
The student and the athlete has to do the work, where the teacher, the coach, has to do the guiding.
Yeah, thank you. So we heard that you had a nickname, Cash Money. How did you get that nickname?
Well, when I was in high school a few years ago,
Oh yeah.
everybody had nicknames. It was just a thing. I don't know if nicknames are still popular today, but back then everybody had a nickname. And obviously with a long name like Kachniewicz, who's going to say that? And so I became Cash. It was just Cash, Cash, Cash. And then it becomes a joke about cash when someone hears cash and they look around and say, where's the cash, and blah, blah, blah. So it's just kind of a funny thing that happened. Turns out, there's a funny story if you want to hear about it. I was walking down the street, I was at the mall with my son. He was a high school student at Portage Central. And we're walking down the mall, and all of a sudden these high school girls yell at us. And they say, hey, Cash. And I go, whoa, hi. And they weren't talking to me at all, it was my son. So the nickname has been passed on, and now it's happened to my grandson. And so it's just one of those things.
Thank you. That's a great way to pass down the lineage of Coach Cash and the nickname. Thank you.
Let's go, Tess!
Let's go, Tessa! Tessa! Come on, here we go!
Do you have any favorite coaching memories or memories with previous athletes?
Well, yes. Over all these years, there have been thousands of athletes and students. And there are so many to remember, it's hard to pick them out. But I have one that involves a hurdler, of all things. And he was a troubled youth, I'd have to say. He came from a broken home. He was living in kind of a poverty situation, and his family went through some tough times. He was on our track team. He was very talented. He was a very fast runner, but emotionally he wasn't quite what you would want. He quit my track team twice because he didn't like the way I was coaching him, because I was pushing him harder than he wanted to go. And but he got better and better, and he came back, and so he qualified for the state track meet. And he told me, he says, Coach, if I'm drawn into the fast heat, because there were several athletes that were all similar times, he says, if I get in the fast heat and I'm in the slowest lane, I'll be a state champion. And I said, I'm sure you will, thinking maybe. But what he did is he willed himself to win. He was not the fastest athlete on the track, but in his mind and heart he was. And he taught me a valuable lesson that you can never sell a kid short, is what I'm trying to say. Because on that day, in his mind and his heart, he was a champion. and he proved it to everybody. And so that lesson I learned from him stayed with me constantly, because there are some kids who are willing to outwork a talented athlete, and they become that next kid, okay? So a 300-meter champion, state champion, willed himself to be a champion. I helped him a little, but he did the rest. So that's something I'll always keep with me, and I'll always remember when I coach.
Thank you. That's a fantastic memory, and I'm glad that you were able to share that with us. I got one final question for you, and then that'll be it. How would you put your coaching techniques and just coaching in general into a literacy metaphor, or just a metaphor?
Oh my goodness. I was an English teacher, so you expect me to be able to do that. All right. Well, we talked about the hurdles, and obviously that's something we were thinking about. There are many athletes who are unwilling to hurdle because it's a barrier.
Yeah.
And barriers trouble us. We'd rather go around them, or we'd rather avoid them. But if you're willing to step over the barrier, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's at a job, whether it's on the track, it doesn't really matter. If you're willing to challenge yourself, to challenge the barrier, usually things turn out pretty well. And the athlete gains confidence, or the person gains confidence by scaling hurdles, by conquering hurdles. And the more you conquer, the better you get, the stronger you get, the more confidence you carry out into the world. So that's as close as I can probably answer your question, that a hurdle is nothing more than a challenge.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you coming down here to talk to us, and I'm so glad that we could interview you today. Thank you.
Well, thanks. I've enjoyed it because it brings back some memories that I've had from going way back. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.